welcome back to my channel. I am back with this cool tone makeup look, even though we did use some warm tones. I hope you guys like this makeup look. I think it's perfect for the winter because cool tones, dark lips, obviously my colors too. I'm obsessed with this makeup. I hope you guys like it, and if you're interested in knowing how I achieved it, then please keep on watching. So I'm starting with an eyeshadow base, and this is Soft Ochre by MAC. You guys know one of my favorite eyeshadow base, and I'm just going to apply that all over the lid and all over the areas that I'm going to apply some eyeshadow. This prevents the eyeshadow from creasing, cracking, breaking, and it also makes them stand out even more, which is awesome. Now picking up the Kat Von D Metal palette, I'm taking Linen, which is a matte white eyeshadow, and I'm just going to apply that all over the lid because the Soft Ochre has a little sticky finish, which makes the eyeshadow blending really awful afterwards. So by setting it when you apply your eyeshadows in the future, then you can blend them super easy. Now I'm picking up this super light brown eyeshadow, and it's called Suede, and I'm just going to apply that on the crease of the eye, but today I'm going to focus all the eyeshadows from the outer view of the eye to the inner part of the eye. Now I'm just going to take this salmon pinkish shade, it's called Fringe, and I'm just going to repeat the exact same process we did earlier from the outer view of the eye to the inner part of the eye, and back and forth, and I think you guys are going to get so bored of watching me blend, but honestly that's the key for any makeup look. Now picking up this brown eyeshadow, it's called Oak. I'm just going to focus that right on the outer view of the eye, but with a smaller brush, I'm going to apply that right in the inner corner of the eye because I want the application to be more precise. But in between applications, I'll always go back with a blending brush and blend the harsh lines out. Now I'm taking Stone, which is a nice gray eyeshadow, and I'm going to repeat the exact same process we did earlier, applying it in a specific area with a smaller brush and then going back in with the bigger brush and blending it out. Now I'm taking Jet, which is a black eyeshadow. I'm just going to apply the tiniest little bit, again with this small brush, and then going back in with the blending brush and blending it even more. And I will repeat this process until I am satisfied and I feel like it's black enough. Now I'm taking Velvet. I'm just going to repeat the exact same process we did with all the previous eyeshadows, and I do want a little bit of warm and cool tone. Everything just mix in this eye look. You guys, I'm crazy, so you do you mix whatever eyeshadows you like the most. I'm just going to repeat the exact same process I did earlier and making sure to blend in between applications. Now I'm taking Linen once more, and I'm just going to apply that on the lid just because all the blending we lost a little bit of its intensity. Now I'm going to take Glitz, and I'm just going to apply Glitz on the highest point of my eyebrow, and then I'm going to take Tinsel, which is a nice gray glittery eyeshadow, and I'm going to focus that right on the inner corner of the eye. Now I'm just going to do my wing line. I'll be using the NYC liquid eyeliner. You guys know this is a must for me. Now I'm just going to apply some mascara on my upper lashes, and right after that I'm going to apply my falsies, which are the Queen Bee by Coco Lashes. But meanwhile the glue is getting tacky, I'm going to apply this nude liner from Sephora on my bottom waterline, and this is going to open my eyes even more. Now the lashes are ready. I just sit them in the center of the lash line, and then I move to the outer corner of the lash line and I place them as close to my lash line as possible, and then I repeat the exact same thing on the inner corner, and that is it. This trick has always worked so well for me on applying my falsies, and that's why I always share it with you guys, just so that it helps you too. And yeah, we're good to go, flying away with our lashes. Bye bye. Now I'll just go back in with Glitz, and I'm going to apply that in a semi-circle all over the lid. I felt like doing this, I don't know why, but I actually liked how it turned out. As always, I have to go back in with my eyeliner, and this is going to cover any glue that might be peeking through, and this really sharpens your wing line, and it also makes it very black. Now I'll move on to the face, and for that I'll start with foundation primer, and I'll be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, and I'm just going to apply that all over the face and let it sink. And while it's doing that, I'm just going to grab my beauty drops and I'll apply them on the areas that I feel that I need a little bit of moisture, especially on my lips. And oh my gosh, my lips look so big in this tutorial, and yes, they're real. They are not lip injections, so I'm very blessed that way, okay? I'll just rub the oil into the skin, and then I'll move on to my foundation, which today is the L'Oreal Infallible in the shade 105. You guys know that I've been obsessed with this foundation ever since it came out. I've been really loving the finish and the formula and the coverage. Everything about it is just so perfect in my opinion. Now I'm taking Maybelline Fit Me concealers. One is in the shade 15, the other one's in the shade 10. The shade 15 has a little bit of a pink undertone, which I don't like. So that's why I apply the shade 10, which is a little bit darker, so it's going to cancel that out. And I know it's looking a little bright, but don't worry, once we set the concealer in place, it's going to cancel out that white cast that we have going on. And right after I apply the concealer, I'll blend it out with my damp beauty blender. Now I'm taking my palette from Wet n Wild. This is the highlighting and contouring. I'll be setting my under eye. Like I said, we have to set our creams and foundations because this way they last longer and they won't crease. And I'm just going to focus this powder on the T-zone and underneath my eyes. Now I'll bronze up the face using Honey Heat Sephora bronzer, and I'll just be applying that on the hollows of the cheeks, on the sides of the forehead, and on the jawline. And this bronzer is going to bring back any warmth to our skin because the powders make our face look flat. So by applying a bronzer, it really brings those back and brings those shadow into the skin, which we always need. Now I'm just going to apply some blush. This one is Petal Power by MAC, and it's a mineralized blush, which means it has a little bit of a sheen to it, like a little bit of a highlight, which I'm obsessed with. Honestly, I just love this blush. I'm just going to apply that on the apples of the cheeks, and I love pulling it towards my temple and mixing it with my contour. And all you have to do is smile, and whatever comes out, those are your apples of your cheeks. Picking up MAC Fix Plus, I'm going to set my makeup in place, and this acts like a glue and it sticks the makeup on your face and it really lasts a long time. But just before the Fix Plus is completely dry, I go back in with my highlight, which today I'm using the Becca palette. I'm using a mix of Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop, and I'll just apply that mix on my regular areas, which are the highest point of my cheeks in a C shape, the chin, Cupid's bow, the tip of the nose, and the bridge of the nose. Now I'm taking the Wet n Wild contour palette again, and I'm using the bronzer side this time, and I'm going to start contouring my nose. You guys know that this is a must for me, and it's super simple. All I do, 2 parallel lines on the sides of my nose, and then I blend them out with a very small Smashbox brush. I literally blend that out for like 10 minutes, no joke. And then once it's completely blended, I go back in and blend it even more with the tip of my fingers because I don't want any harsh lines, especially on my nose contour. Now I'm picking up Stone once more, and with an angled eyeliner brush, I'm just going to apply that really close to the root of my bottom lash line. I don't want to smoke out the lash line so much, but I don't want to leave it empty either. So a very tiny line with a gray eyeshadow will do. And once I lay the product down, I'm going to blend it out with the same brush, just a very small amount, because again, I don't want to call so much attention on the lower lash line. I want all the attention to be on the lid. And of course, I'll finish the eye look with some mascara. And finally, for the lips, I'm using Flesh Stone by MAC, one of their new colors that they just came out with in the winter, just before Christmas. And I'll just apply that all over the lips and do weird faces while I wait for the lipstick to dry so its true color comes out. So this is it for this makeup look, you guys. I hope you liked it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. So I actually have nothing else to say, so I'm gonna go. I'll let you guys go, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and as always, I'll see you in my next tutorial very soon. Bye bye. Mwah.